name is Angelique. I am from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and now I live in Brooklyn. So, a rundown of my clientele. I've worked with, let's see, should we start with rappers or photographers? Jeremiah, SZA to Lil Durk, Chuck English, Cameron, Jim Jones, Audra the rapper, Busy Crook, Hannah Donker, she's a model. I've worked with brands like Jose Cuervo, Made in Tokyo, the whole private club, Malibu Mitch. It started off as wanting to be a publicist, and I would say this is about the 8th grade. Lizzie Grubman had a show on MTV called Power Girls, and it was a short run for the show, but initially me watching that and seeing like what the girls who worked for her got to do, like I knew that's what I wanted to do. I got my start assisting two twins, Coco and Breezy. They let me be their assistant when I got to college, and I assisted them for 4 years. And I would come up to New York for Fashion Week, and then that's kind of like how it led me to actually living in New York. Working with Coco and Breezy, being their assistant, I met someone who I eventually started working with, and she actually helped me get my step into PR. We both knew that we wanted to do PR, but she more so had time to figure out how to do it. I didn't. I was still in school. And I guess it just came to a point where she was just like, do you want to start this PR company? And I was like, yeah, but I don't know how to do it. And she was like, I'll teach you. I was still living in Atlanta. So she was teaching me how to do press releases, how to reach out to people, how to get song and blog placements. And everything pretty much took off from there. Reaching out to people in a major city that I didn't even know, from publications like Complex or Fader or Billboard. You know, talking to these people and being a senior in college and living in a whole nother city was like huge for me because, you know, they could have either wrote me back or not wrote me back. But when you have good material, that makes everything easy. Atlanta at the time was popping. We had Future. We had, who else was big? 2 Chainz. Yeah, I mean, everybody. Mike Will was making his thing, Sunny Digital, Metro, all that stuff was like coming about. Being in the environment of I would say the pulse of the culture was dope because in Atlanta, everything's more touchable. Here in New York, it feels like you gotta be on a list or you gotta, you know, go through the front desk to get somewhere. But in Atlanta, especially where I was living, there was like 30 studios in the area. So, you know, if, yeah, somebody's having a session, it was like just pull up, like there was everywhere, like everybody. It could be Yo Gotti, Jeezy, Ludacris. I decided to relocate to New York just because it was something that I always wanted to do. Atlanta's gonna be there, and I was like, I had to like make myself do it. It was a leap of faith type of situation. I do have my own company, but I'm a strong believer in working other places to like figure out and pick up the right tools and just like learning what you need to do to run a company. Like I never wanted to just come out the gate with my own thing because I don't have all the answers. So after interning at Fader and working with the fashion publicist, I actually started assisting, her name's Jessica Rosenblum. So I was her assistant for a while. And then from there, I went to work at Cinematic Music Group. I was a project manager for Dipset. I worked with all the boys from Pro Era, all that stuff. We were planning events, doing a lot of stuff. And it was after that job that I decided, okay, it's time to like take on my own thing. And that's actually how I fell into management. Maintaining different personalities and relationships with each artist gets crazy because my phone rings at all times of the day and somebody could be having a great day and somebody could be having a shitty day. So, but I try to like keep everybody in their own lane. And, but I mean, I think it's easy because most of my clients were all cool, like friends and family. So that makes it easier. What I learned and what mannerisms I picked up at the companies, like I always kept a notebook and wrote down like what I did each day. And you know, everything from small details to large project details. Like I have all of that on record, so now I know how to like take that and make it into my own. I think, you know, having women such as like Oprah still to look to, you know, her speech was amazing. Or, you know, people like Issa Rae, like having black women to look to and see that they have a voice and that we have an opinion and that we're not going for shit, like that's dope. I've always thought that was dope, but I mean, having the internet to boost that is just like icing on the cake.